Did you guys enjoy the story, My Teacher is a Monster? It's always one of my favorites. And I think the reason I like it so much is because at the end, Mrs. Kirby and Robert become friends and they understand each other. Because before, Robert would do things to make Mrs. Kirby mad, so he thought she was a monster. And Mrs. Kirby thought that Robert was never following the rules and was getting really frustrated. But once they spent some time together and did some fun things like exploring the park and sharing lunch and being silly and quacking like ducks, they found out that they really do like each other. And it had a really happy ending. And I always like when stories have happy endings. So today for Creation Station, I want you to make your very own little mini monster. It could be any monster you want. It doesn't have to be a teacher monster. It could be, what kind of monster do you think it could be? You can think about it for a minute before you get started. I've been thinking, and I want to make a nature monster who helps keep Mother Earth healthy and clean. So that's the kind of monster I'm going to make, and I'm going to show you some of the things I'm going to use for my nature monster today. I have some pasta. These are little red lentils. I have some leaves from some tulips that I have in my house that are starting to wilt, and I also saved some of the petals from the tulips. I have this piece of wrapping paper. I've got some scissors that I'll need to use. I'll probably need some tape, and I also have some glue, and then I have this carton, which is going to be the base of my monster. And I might use a few more materials. I'll work with what I have, and then I might go and look around my house for some other stuff. But in the little care package that Lily and I sent to your house, we put in a bunch of materials that you could use for your monster. There are some straw pieces, there are some paper clips, there are sequins and feathers and buttons and beads, lots of different things that you could use. And you can also go around your house and collect some other materials to use as well. So I'm going to get creating and I'll show you what I make. All right, my Mother Nature robot is complete, but I'm gonna let my robot lay flat while it dries because I'm afraid if I tilt it up, then all the things that I glued on for the face are gonna slide off. So I will let this dry, and when it's ready to go upright, I will show you all. So here is my completed nature monster. This monster lives in the woods, and he loves to eat all sorts of leaves and bugs and flower petals, and that's really what he munches on. And on my monster, he has a big flower hat that he wears, and that helps him camouflage so that no one can see him. If people are taking a hike or a walk through the woods, he can stand very still and look exactly like a flower, so no one even knows that he is a monster because he's very tiny. He's about the size of probably a mouse. He's like a little mouse. And my monster also has wings. He has the green leaves on the side, which are his wings, and he has antennae like slugs so that he can communicate with other insects. So the sticks are the antenna, and then he has some soft arms that he uses for picking things up, and those are the leaves. And he has 2 sets of eyes. The noodle eyes are for seeing at nighttime, and the little leaf eyes are for seeing at the daytime. And he has a smile made out of lentils because he's a very happy little monster. And at the bottom, he's got some feet, and his feet are made out of keys because they're really good for chomping through the forest floor. I wanted something that was hard and sturdy so that he could walk over logs and rocks and step on all sorts of things as he's moving through the forest. And that is my nature monster.